Hey, Algebra 2 students, this is the second part of solving radical equations. And I'm going to show you what happens when you have the square root isolated. However, on the other side, there's a little trick that you have to do here. So if you square this whole side right here to get rid of the square root, you got to square this whole side here. And I should mention this is number 24 on the practice. So what happens then, when you have a binomial squared, what do you have to do? FOIL. Yes, I knew you would remember that. Good work. So when we FOIL this, remember we have to write this out twice. Because remember back in the day when you just said, oh, is x squared plus 25? No, 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 we got to FOIL. So when we FOIL it, it ends up being x squared minus 10x plus 25 equals x plus 1. So this this goes ahead and cancels that out. And then let's go ahead and get everything to one side. We got to set it equal to 0. So it ends up being x squared minus 11x plus 24. And let's go ahead and factor that. So you could use Argyle method here. What two values? When you multiply, you get 24, and when you add them together, you get negative 11. Right, it's negative 8 and negative 3. So we end up with x equaling 3 and x equaling 8. Now remember, with these radical equations, well, with all equations, we need to check. So when we plug in 3, what do you notice? We get 3 minus 5 equals the square root of 3 plus 1. Now, when we plug these back in, we want the principal root. The principal root is the positive. So notice we get negative 2 equals the square root of 4. That's not going to work out. We want that principal root. So 3 doesn't work out. What about 8? If we take 8 minus 5 equals the square root of 8 plus 1. So 3 equals the square root of 9. That works. So our final answer is x equals 8. So make sure you're always checking for those solutions. We call those extraneous solutions that don't work out. All right, next one. This one's number 26 from your practice. So go ahead and pause the video, looking at that last example, and see what you would do. Okay, so this is what I came up with. I know, B's, right? B's and 6's in the same equation. Really? That's all right. So let's go ahead and set that equal to 0. So I'm going to add the 3b over and subtract the 18. And so we end up with b squared minus 9b plus 18 equals 0. So it's going to be b minus 3 and b minus 6. Okay, that's a b, sorry, I know. Okay, so we end up with b equaling 3 and 6. So which one is going to end up working out? Go ahead and plug those in. Right, does 3 work? No, 3 does not work because we end up with 3 minus 6. That's a negative 3. And again, we're taking the square roots. We're taking the principal root. So with 6, if that works, if we plug that in, it's going to be the square root of 0. It can equal 0. That's totally fine. So we end up with b equaling 6. Okay, so that's just the second part. That's all I have for you. Have a great day. I'll see you later.